Bob Taylor, and just to give you a little background, I'm a former CPA. I escaped without too much damage, and Chief Financial Officer for a number of companies in Seattle. So what we want to talk about today is business intelligence, what it is, why you should care, and how you can use that to improve the performance of your business. We've done some research, and looking at folks in the IT services arena, and we know that a lot of people out there are struggling a little bit with their business models. And one of the things that jumped out of this is that people who are offering managed services are twice as likely to be showing increased revenues than those who aren't. In fact, if your only offering today is hourly and projects, then you could be actually showing decreased revenue. So what do we do with data like this? Find a definition of business intelligence, and this is what I found from a guy in 1958. This is a researcher that was working for IBM. He wrote this paper. And the two key things here are the words relationships and goals. And so the process of BI, what it's trying to accomplish for you is you get the right information at the right time to the right people, so you can bring some clarity to your business decision process. And when BI is done right, these are the kind of benefits you're going to get from it. You get visibility, you get pictures, you can see movement and trends. Makes your decision making a whole lot faster. The ability to set goals that you can't get out of your accounting system. Activity monitoring. And so what the real payoff here is you're going to have more time to make the decisions to manage your business instead of doing all that data extraction and compilation. BI used to be the province of only the big guys. Back in the days when databases were new, so now we have a database and we're going to build a data warehouse, and I have to hire a whole lot of people to do that, and I've got to write programs to take the data out. And so now what's happened is that niche down here is being filled. There are BI solutions that are available, that are affordable for the small business owner. And it's just an evolutionary process. And when I looked at this slide, I thought, if you take BI and you replace that with computers, it's sort of the same evolutionary process. You get down to this point, when they become affordable to everybody. Now everybody has to have one. And it's really the same with BI. Everybody's going to have this. It's not really it is about to become a necessity, because if you're not doing it, your competition will. So, we're talking about metrics and the things that you measure here. Some of the things, typical measurements that you want to have come out of your BI system, and you all probably have other things that you like to look at, but in general, this is a pretty good place to start. And again, this is the kind of stuff you can't get directly out of your accounting system. Take revenue and expense growth, for example. In order to look at that, to compare that, you have to get the revenue data, you have to get the expense data. You got to somehow put it together so it shows you a picture of the relationships between them. It's all about the pictures. It's all about providing the kind of information that you need, so that the end result is you can set some realistic goals for yourself based on the information that you know that's coming out of your business, and monitor the pace for those goals. So why not just keep doing what we're doing? And the problem with that is the data that you're really looking for is buried out there somewhere. It's not being presented to you in a way that's really meaningful. I sat around, I told you I was a CFO for a while, and I sat around in a meeting with all the department heads, and they were doing their weekly review, and the sales guy was talking about his projections, and the production guy was talking about his projections, and everybody's happy. And the next week, we all got together again, and one guy stood up and said, I looked at the numbers that the sales guys showed me and the production guys showed me, and guess what? When you graph them, when he holds up this big graph, they cross. In 3 months, we're going to be producing more than the sales guys think they can sell. I think we better do something about it. And so, if you have that kind of information, now you can look for the small adjustments that you need to make the changes before you hit the road down going too far down the road, you run into that roadblock. SMBTN and CoreConnex came together to put together the Vital Signs program. And this is a proven process that companies have been using for years. Goal setting, looking at trends, making forecasts, tracking monthly process. These are the kinds of things that you can get today. And if you put this kind of thing in place, now you've got a backup system for yourselves. You have the information that you need to help manage your business. And you don't have to do it yourself. You don't have to pay your accountant to do it either. Our research, we know that 43% of the folks out there are not setting financial goals at all. And of those that are actually doing the goal setting, there are a lot of people that say, oh yeah, I have goals, I got numbers on a whiteboard. And there are other people who actually have good processes for doing that. But very few of them are really, really focused on trying to steer their business in the right direction. People not aware of trends in the business, no access to benchmarks. There are ways to do that, but they're often cumbersome and difficult to get at, expensive. And the stuff really needs to be, the stuff in your accounting system really needs to be available to you in a way that you can actually use it. So we put together some resources to help you manage that process. It looks like this, and we've got some people involved that are experienced management consultants, and an easy-to-use financial dashboard that brings to life the data that's hidden in your accounting system. So, everybody's busy, and I've been sitting here listening to all of you talking about the things that you're trying to understand and new offerings from Microsoft. We've all got stuff to do when we can. So, what you need to look at is, if you're serious about where your business is going, if you're serious about making it grow and prosper, then this program is absolutely perfect for you. You need to think about getting involved. So here's an example of the Corelytics Dashboard showing this is the short-term view here of 6 months. You can look at actuals, you can look at goals, the progress against your goals. There's some benchmark information, and it's color-coded, and you can see that this guy needs to pay a little bit more attention because he's behind in his goals in several places. You want to see more green on that screen if it was working right. Here's a two-year projection, two-year history showing what's happened over that period, and you can overlay your expenses and revenue alongside and take a look at where you're going. And the information that we've collected like this, then we can do a forecast for a year out into the future. Take a look at where you're going, where you're going if you do what you've always done. That's one line, and the other piece of that is what's going on recently. Is there a trend here that I need to look at? Is that trend going up or down from where I think it ought to be? So, what's involved? It's pretty simple. For those of you who are SMBTN members, for those of you who aren't, go to smbtn.org. There's some information on the website, and it's pretty straightforward. Love to talk to you about your business priorities and how this process can actually help.
And I was sitting down with Bob on the phone, and we went through kind of the initial stuff he's talking about when we first did it. And it gives you so much more information as opposed to QuickBooks. So I'm running QuickBooks Premium, whatever, for consulting. And you've got all the charts and stuff there, but I don't know that. So my accountant runs. That's why he's QuickBooks runs. My accountant uses it, so he gets stuff done. And it's really cool. So you hit a button, you pop the stuff up, you bring it out. Now you've got these little graphs and charts and numbers. You can see how things are trending, where it's going. And you start throwing the goals in there, which I hadn't done until I got on the phone with him, because I knew it was even possible, even part of the product. And it really started showing where things are happening. I thought, this is great, because now you can forecast, you can look at this, and it's not a lot of time on your part. Once you set it up, then you dump your data in, and you just upload the data to it, and you can look at it, see where you're at. So if you want to see where you're trending, where you're going, and really take time and just kind of look at your business and get an idea of what's there. It's pretty nice. It's a nice little easy snapshot. You can drill down all these places and get deeper as you want inside it. And then you do have the other reports in QuickBooks right there too, if you want to go ahead and look at those that you've ran and get these, all the cool charts and graphs out of it. So it's definitely worth a shot looking at. I think the price isn't bad for what it's giving you. Really seriously about looking at growing your business, keeping yourself above water and thriving right now. Pretty impressed with what I've seen so far.